Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So the Ethereum move is really very weird here to the downside. Doesn't really fit into the picture. First of all, I'm going to take off this alternative 1-2. I don't think that is going to happen. Obviously, with the break of the orange support area, the expectation shifted towards getting again into the green area. That so far has not happened. So we fell short by around $20, found support in this previous support region. And I mentioned in the last video that as long as we stay below 1580, we can look at this as an impulse down. And with as long as we stay below 1625, I think I only updated the channel members on Discord and Telegram. We could see this as a diagonal. Now with that move up, we cannot really see this as a diagonal pattern anymore. I mean, it's technically still possible, but very unlikely. So we go back to a scenario now that I discussed with you before, which only changes the internals here. It's based on the idea that we have a WXY pattern here, and let me just put that onto the chart. Let me see. So I would have to assume in this scenario that actually the wave 3 finished up here. Yeah, so I would actually have to lift the wave 5 up there, the 3 here, the 4 was here somewhere. I think we had that scenario before on the chart. Yeah, it's a bit unclear, I must say that, but it's corrective mess, and as you know, in a correction, counts can change. But the important thing is that without a new high and with a break below that orange support, even if it has been recovered so far, but with that break, my view is that we will now go down into this green region still. But again, obviously, I'm not making the market, so it's uncertain. So if please understand that. I also don't see a clear trade setup here. Yeah, which I just need to make very clear. There is no clear trade setup here at the moment. There was a trade setup here to go long. That worked out for Bitcoin, didn't work out for Ethereum. And as I often say, if one trade or if one of these setups break, you could look at it from a different perspective, and this opened the short possibility, but it might have been too fast, obviously, for many people. But yeah, what could be the count? The count could still be that we are in this fourth wave, so that's unchanged. But the subwaves need to be changed, otherwise it doesn't make sense. So the only way really to make this work is that this was a wave W, this here was a wave X triangle, and this move down is a wave Y. But in the Y wave, we have an ABC. So here the A wave down, which works because it's only basically a 3-wave move. Yeah, because I was still waiting for one more low. But with this being a 3-wave move, it makes sense as an A wave. Then the B wave up as basically a high B wave, maybe overshooting B wave, flat pattern. And we could then still see that C wave down. That will, to a degree, depend on Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin has fulfilled the expectations and has already broken above the high and made a new high and actually reached the target. So it could already be over and could come down now. Also, Bitcoin could come down into the fourth wave support. Ethereum now as well. So we just need to observe that. Now, this count is now still possible. Bear in mind that these micro counts, they can shift very often. And don't, I think many people misunderstand how Elliott Waves work. I mean, with the Elliott Waves, obviously it gives you a roadmap and it gives you also trade setups. It gives you an understanding of where you can enter the market with low risk. Now, if you follow every wave here and you try to trade every wave, you're going to get screwed. You need to wait for the trade setups. We had a trade setup down here, for example. We had a trade setup here. We had a trade setup here when it hit the support box. We had a trade setup down here. But if you, for example, now try to trade the C wave, I mean, yeah, surely you could maybe go short and have a stop loss above that. But this is not for me a very clear trade setup. you can decide what you trade. Obviously, I can only show you that what I believe are high probability setups. This one clearly failed, but again, you need to know that obviously I don't make the markets. Also, the Elliott Waves don't make the markets. There are always more than one possibilities available here. But what is best or really good about Elliott Wave is that it gives you the let's say the high probability, low risk, high reward setups. Of course, they don't work out 100% of the time, but if a trade fails, you don't lose a lot of money, because if you follow these setups, you should be able to set your stop loss quite tight. But obviously, for trading, it's a bit more than just following the waves here. You need to be able to calculate your risk and your position size and so on. But yeah, and that's what it is. Again, at the moment, this would be still a preferred scenario, that we now come down, because I don't really know how to make it work. If we push higher here, we would have to assume we wouldn't need to. Yeah, I need to observe this now. I mean, obviously, if it now breaks above this high at 1680, then we are making still another high. Again, I don't think the green wave 4 is already over. It was, again, not a very clear wave 4 then. I want to see it clearer, yeah? And if we push higher, I will still see it as an extension of the third wave, if we don't get into this support region, finally. So that's sort of where we are at the moment. Let me see if I need to, with that high, do I need to adjust the target area? I actually do need to do that, but I want to observe it a little bit closer. Obviously, that support area with the wave 3 up there would shift now a little bit, actually to the upside, but I would still like to see actually the 38.2 fib at 1490. I will leave it for now as it is, because I want to see how it carries on now. Obviously, a lot of uncertainty. The market moved in unexpected ways today, and also basically, it crashed down and came up to the same level again. That messed up the count a bit, so I need to observe that. Can't really give you clarity at this stage, but obviously the breakout point to the upside is 1680. If we move above that level, then we can still see an extension of the third wave. And if we get rejected here, it's this C wave to the downside, and that should land in this region around 1500 and 1370. 1370 is still the main bullish support here. If that breaks, then we're back in the bear market. Until then, I would generally look at higher, but obviously this can play out in various ways. Okay, that's my update about Ethereum. Maybe tomorrow we have a bit more clarity. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.